let's leave it like this. So yes, guys, if here is 30 degrees, if here is the opposite side, well, here has to be the opposite side. And here's a hypotenuse, right? Remember, guys, sine the angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm going to use the example, guys. Suppose the opposite side over here is 5 meters. And I need to find the hypotenuse. Then what do? Right? Sine 30 degrees is equal to 5 meters, which is the opposite side, over the hypotenuse. Cool. So to find the hypotenuse, I can switch the hypotenuse and sine 30 here. And I'm going to get the hypotenuse is equal to 5 meters over sine 30. Cool. Cool. So guys, of course, how do you find sine 30? You have to put it in your calculator. So I'm using my calculator right now to find sine 30. Sine 30 is actually equal to 0.5. Cool. Sine 30 degrees is equal to 0.5 when you put it in your calculator. So the hypotenuse over here is equal to 5 divided by 0.5, which would make this 10, right? 5 divided by 0.5. Yeah, it would make the hypotenuse 10 meters. Cool. So I think this is a good example, guys, of when we need to use sine. We use sine when we need to find the hypotenuse. Yeah, we use sine when we need to find the hypotenuse and we have the opposite side. So let me give some examples. Let me give some examples now. Yes, let me give some examples. So cool. So let me clear the screen and let me draw another triangle over here. And let me draw another triangle over here. Cool. Yes, and I'm going to make all of them 30 degrees in this case, just to make it a little simple. And let's make here 12 meters. Let's make here, 12 meters. Well, no, let's make it 8 meters. Her light is gone. But let's do some examples here, guys. So 90 degrees, 30 degrees, and let's make this one 4 meters, 30 degrees. Cool. All right, guys. HYP, HYP, HYP. Let me just do Raquan's and Tajan's and Trey's for a second. It's really simple, guys. You basically use these formulas to find the sides. So there are times when you might need to find a side. Let's call over here H. So you have this side, which is the opposite side. The opposite side is the side that always points to the angle. So that's the reason why over here is the opposite side, guys. And we'll have the opposite side as 12, but we need to find the hypotenuse, right? So the best formula and pretty much the only formula to use when you have the opposite side and you need to find the hypotenuse is a sine formula. Cool. So we're gonna use the sine formula, guys, and sine 30 degrees is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. In this case, the opposite side is 12 and the hypotenuse is what we don't know. So in order to solve it, guys, we can switch the h with the sine 30, and h is going to be equal to 12 divided by sine 30. And this is how we find the hypotenuse. Sine 30, guys, if you put sine 30 in your calculator, it's actually 0.5. And you should get h is equal to 12 over 0.5, which in this case is 24 meters. Cool. So, Tajan, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So you're understanding how you do it now, Tajan? You're understanding why it's important?
Yes, sir.
Right. So basically, we use these formulas, guys, the sine formula, the cosine formula, and the tangent formula, when we need to find a side, you know, that's when we use it, when we just need to find the other side. So it's not very difficult, not very difficult at all to me. It's kind of simple. So, Raquan, you with me? You understand, bro?
Yes, I did it earlier, so get it. I just coming back. Get it.
All right. Okay. So, Deshaun said 16. Cool. So it is 16, Deshaun. So Tori, Jaden, and Deshaun, I'm gonna do yours now. I'm going to do your example now.
Yes, sir. I got 16 as well.
All right. And let me just do it for you same way. I kind of want to talk about it. So in your case, the opposite side is 8 meters. Remember, the opposite side, guys, is always the side that looks at the angle. So that's why 8 is the opposite side, because it's looking at the angle. Cool. And in this case, sine 30 is equal to 8 over the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is going to be equal to 8 divided by sine 30. And 8 divided by 0.5 would give us 16 meters, right? So Jaden, that makes sense to you? Tori, it makes sense to you? I guess you guys got it right now. And Deshaun,
Yes, sir.
makes sense, right? So this is why we need the sine formula, guys. We need to know it to find the other side. That's all we use it for. That's all we really use it for, to find the other sides. So it's really not that hard to understand. Cool. So let's move on, and let's move on to Nathan, Ari. The example, I had 5 people for the question. Let's move on to that one. So for you guys' question, let me roll about this one. For you guys' question over here, it's 4 meters. Cool. And of course, 4 meters is the opposite side because it's looking at the angle. And we need to find the hypotenuse again. So same situation, guys. Sine 30 is equal to 4 over the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to 4 divided by sine 30. So Nathan, it should be 8, right? 8 meters because sine 30 is 0.5. 4 divided by 0.5 gives us 8.
Yeah.
So Nathan, I know you got it. Ari, you had said 8 as well. Romario, making sense to you?
Yes, sir.
JC just win one of the 800s. Good job, good job. Good job, JC. But no problem. So Romario, you understand? Nikolai, you understand as well?
Yes,
Adrian,
sir.
do you understand, my friend? You understand what we're doing here?
Yes, sir.
All right, so cool. So not so bad, right? Not so bad. Adrian, you with me? Let me just check with Adrian one more time.
Sir, so basically when it's
Yes,
on
sir.
the
Yeah, go
when it's
ahead, Romario.
when it's on the right side, when the number is on the right side, you divide, and when the number is on the left side, you multiply.
Well, I'm gonna do the next example now, actually. So I'm glad that everybody kind of understand this now. So now I'm going to move on to the next situation with sine. There are only 2 situations with sine, really. And it's when you have the opposite side and you need to find the hypotenuse. But there's also another type, guys, where you might need to find the opposite side if you have the hypotenuse. So let me give you a good example. Guys, let's say we have 10 meters here, and here is 30 degrees, right? And we don't know the opposite side. We might need to find the opposite side, right? And Romario, this is basically what you're asking about.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in this case, guys, we have the hypotenuse, but we don't have the opposite side. So what do we do in this case, guys? Sine the angle.
Inverse.
No, we wouldn't do the inverse in this case. Not in this case. Sine the angle, because we have the angle, guys, which is 30 degrees, is equal to the opposite side, because we don't know the opposite side, over 10 meters. Cool. So what do we do in this case? Guys, we'll have to multiply in this case. If we multiply both sides by 10, this 10 will cancel this 10, and 10 will be multiplied by that. So the opposite side is going to be equal to 10 times sine 30. And sine 30 is 0.5, guys. So the opposite side in this case is going to be 10 times 0.5, which is just 5 meters. So we found the opposite side, which is 5 meters, because we multiplied the 10 by the sine 30. Cool.
So,
So
sir,
this is the,
this is only when you're finding the opposite side.
yes. This is when
So
you're finding
now-
the opposite side. So in the other case,
Sir, I had this example already. I was just making sure.
okay, no problem. So well done, bro. Well done, Romario. So there are two cases, guys. The case where we might need to find the hypotenuse and the case where we need to find the opposite side. So that's why we use sine. We use sine when we want to find the opposite side, and we use sine when we want to find the hypotenuse. Cool. There are two situations. Those are the two situations. Also, guys, there's one last situation that I want to cover. The last situation, guys, is when we're not given the angle, but we're given the hypotenuse and we're given the opposite side. There are times when we have this situation, guys. And in this situation, guys, this is when you find the inverse. So sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, right? The opposite side is 5 over 10. And in order to find the angle, guys, we'll have to find the sine inverse of 5 over 10. And that would give you 30 degrees, right? So these are the three cases where you use sine. When you want to find the angle, when you want to find the hypotenuse, or you want to find the opposite side. Also, guys, as a reminder, this here SOH is a reminder for sine. Sine theta is equal to opposite, which is the O, over hypotenuse. So people like to say so, ka, toa, because it helps you remember the sine formula. Cool. So means sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. That's what SOH means. And guys, it would be nice to watch this video. Seriously, please watch it. Please watch it. Cool.
These are the videos you sent in the WhatsApp, right?
Yep. I
This is
sent
one
it in the WhatsApp group. Guys. So, yes. All right. So, all right. So, Michaela, I really apologize. I just added you to the group. I noticed that I'm sending the link to the group, but you weren't in the group, so I just added you to the group. And I'll resend you the videos as well. Okay, Michaela. So don't worry about it. I'm really sorry for you coming late, but I'll send you the videos for these stuff so you can watch them over. But it's really important to know, guys, like you don't want to not know these stuff, to be honest. You want to know. You really do want to know. And I think the video explains it really well. I think this video explains it really well. It's not my video, but it's still well done. You know, it's well done. it's really well done, guys, in terms of explaining all of the types. So cool. So guys, we're going to move on for the moment to yeah, we're going to move on for the moment. I'm going to move on to sine. Sorry, cosine. We did sine, so we're going to move on to cosine for a second. So guys, cosine.